Here's part 3 of the Clone Trooper backpack that I'm making for Star Wars Celebration. I've got all the sides of this thing covered in resin, so now it's time to start sanding. You know me, I hate sanding, so we've got the mouse sander here that's going to expedite a lot of that process for us. Originally, I started with a 120 grit pad of sandpaper on there, but figured out very quickly that that was not low enough. It was not tough enough to sand off this resin because it is pretty tough stuff. So I went down to an 80 grit sandpaper and that seemed to do the trick. Now this resin is pretty good at self-leveling, so a lot of it we won't need to sand all that much, but we're going to give everything a nice light pass over, even a little bit on the inside, even though it probably doesn't need it. Once we've got the whole thing sanded down, I'm going to take this battery-powered compressed air gun, which I first saw on TikTok, and it's been a total game changer. We're going to blow that off and then cover this whole thing in a coat of Rust-Oleum filler and sandable. It's going to help fill in those small scratches that all that sandpaper just left, and it's going to give us a good indication of what parts need follow-up before we start painting.